Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been a few weeks since I've posted, more than that probably, but 2 weeks ago today, yeah, the 7th of August, we had, and when I say we, I mean generally the area between here and Boscobel, had an EF3 tornado come through. If you can't see, but over my shoulder here, it's pretty much where the path went. You probably can't see it. We'll go see it. Just clipping the edge of our property here. So we're going to take a little bit of a sneak peek around the ridge here. The beans fared okay. My corn, on the other hand, didn't fare as well. This isn't a big deal here, but it basically, like you can see where it shredded the ends of the leaves, like that, frayed them. It only did damage to the corn itself here, but we'll definitely go see some that it did. And I'm by no means saying that we got it bad, because there is way more people out there that got it way worse than we did. So I just wanted to make a little video. So we'll take a little buzz around the ridge here and see some of the damage. Anyway. Don't mind me driving through my third crop here. Probably cut this in a couple of weeks. See here how it really shredded it good here. Now, all you that don't know what EF3 stands for, and I didn't really either until this all happened, but that's wind speeds up to 160, reached 160 miles per hour. You can see here, we'll just walk up through here. And maybe I'll have to even see how it's down. Down below here, quite as bad. There's a spot down there where it got it a little bit. But yeah, wind speeds of 160 miles an hour. You can see how it knocked it all over here. So that's pretty much garbage. I never even really realized it looked that bad until right now. It's really nice. And then on top of it all, as far as it actually destroying the crops, it absolutely annihilated the woods. So we'll stop right about here and I'll show you some of the damage over here. So you look in the woods here. Never used to be able to see the neighbors. You see the round bales over there, right over there. Never used to be able to see that. The trees covered everything up, and then there's a line fence right straight across here between, and there's another neighbors over here. And you can see right straight over there, you can see it knocked their corn down over there also. But it just shredded the trees through here. I mean, it looks like toothpicks right down through here. And that's probably not even the worst of it. Side note, my third crop does look pretty good though. Actually probably better than my second crop did. But yeah, here's some of the corn here. It's probably don't get much out of this at all, and I'm not totally sure what we had talked about. We really don't need any silage, corn silage this year. But we had talked about because they ain't gonna amount to nothing combining it. Talked about, there's a piece of plastic wrapped around that ear of corn right there. We had talked about chopping this, but we would have to take and use our rotary cutter. We have like that thing we chop corn stalks with in the fall, and we basically cut it with that, and then windrow it, and then just use the hay head on the chopper to do that, to pick it up. And I don't know, I mean, luckily enough, we got probably 7 acres maybe that got damaged. This is probably the worst right here. Over this way it isn't quite as bad, but that's actually where the storm went through. I don't know what, this must have been like a little tail wind that come around here and knocked this out. This is a little more on top of the hill over here than that over here. But so I'm not sure what we'll do. We might just run the combine through it and get what we can get, and hopefully, well, I don't know, we'll maybe get some insurance out of it. I'm not sure. Here it twisted the trees up there. Now, for whatever reason, I don't know if there was like a pocket in the tornado in this area, but it didn't really hurt the corn too off the bed. And then like trees, you know, it didn't destroy them, but around this corner it looks a little different again. More damage there in the corn. Now we're starting more damage on there. Uprooted a couple of big trees there. Scared the crap out of me. And of course there's fence in there. So twisted those trees all up there. Now, I'm not sure what happened or why it didn't come to us, but this is the neighbors over here, and they've already taken and brush hogged all the corn down that's damaged. This stuff here looked like it was flattened by a roller, but they do have some fingers of this that have that didn't get any damage on them, so I'm assuming they'll combine that. But And I'm sure the insurance company probably told them to do this. I'm not sure what happened, and it's really none of my business. So anyway, but over there, if you can see those, fingers, over there's trees snapped off. Just beyond that, there's a set of buildings. It destroyed the set of buildings at that house. And then that wood you see along right there, that goes all the way along down through that valley, and it goes right down behind our barn, or our shed, I'm sorry. That goes up behind the machine shed. But for whatever reason, it started down that valley, and then it come up over, right here, right up over, and then it just clipped the edge of us over here. And I don't know why, I have no idea why it did that. Why didn't it keep going straight? But there is some damage down here in ours a little bit in these trees down here. So there must have been, I don't know, at one point they said that it was 1,000 yards wide, 1,100 yards wide. At this point it got here though, it had already got smaller, but it was heading straight for us, and then it turned and it just went over the edge here. So anyway, well, originally I come up here, I was looking for the cattle, and I did find them, most of them anyway. It's really weird how this all kind of happened. I mean, like, so it broke these trees off here, and there's another one over there broke off. There really isn't anything wrong with the corn. You know, it pretty much, you know, steamrolled the neighbor's corn there. And then inside that pocket of trees there, down a little farther, there's like there's the fence runs across the ridge, and the fence doesn't come up into the edge of the field here. The fence is probably 100 yards down into the woods there, but there's a group down there, trees that it mangled. One little spot, uprooted some. I mean, it's kind of like this right here. This one little blurb right here knocked tops of the trees off, split a couple of them, and then the next one's here just fine. So I'm guessing, I don't know how tornadoes work, but if there was some like little finger that dropped down and hit the woods and twisted it all up or what, but I guess all I can really say is I'm glad that I got soybeans right here instead of corn, because I'm guessing my corn would have looked just like the other side of the fence right here. Can't really see the fields there, but yeah, they must have, and the people that rent this over here beside me, they had a lot of damage. On other places they have got corn on also. They definitely took a big hit on this as far as crop wise. I'm gonna shut you down here for a second. So yeah, we're back over where we were at before, but so like the corn, you know, we talked about, you know, cutting it with the rotary cutter and chopping it, but you know, it's been 2 weeks now. Corn's not really ready to chop anyway, not that you can let it dry, but it's, you know, it's rained a couple of times since then, pretty hard at times. We got another douser again last night. I don't know how much rain we got, but it was come down pretty hard judging by the way the ridge roads look with washing. But you know, your rake probably wouldn't rake it. Take a chance of running the rock through the chopper. Then, you know, you're picking up all the stuff off the ground that's in the dirt. You're just gonna probably destroy a set of knives. The knives and chopper aren't very old. I mean, we probably have, if we got 100 acres on them, I'd be surprised. So I don't know what we're gonna do. It isn't too bad rocky like these fields here. I'll go down. I'm also drive down through the cornfield. They ain't gonna hurt nothing. That's for sure at this point. So yeah, that's pretty much, you know, basically just ripped right through the woods right here. Took all the trees, you know, broke them off, right off the tops. There's like toothpicks. Say flattened all the crops everywhere around it. We did have very little damage in the bottom on the buildings. It did break out, pull up a skylight in the machine shed. And here, broke this thing all off here. I'm gonna twist this thing around here. But yeah, the machine shed ripped the roof off of our bunk feeder. Pulled some tin off of our old corn crib. Pulled some tin loose on the actual milking barn. So we got to have someone come out and do a little bit of doctoring up on it. I don't know for sure if the bunk feeder is worth saving at this point. It's pretty much pulled the whole roof off, and it wasn't exactly a real specimen of carpentry work. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. I know that I had contemplated just taking it down and just putting in some H-bunks. They don't feed enough out of it anyway to really warrant buying a new bunk feeder and rebuilding the one that's there anyway. So we shall see. Here's some cows. Here they are. So anyway, that's pretty much the gist of what an E3 tornado would do. Say by the time it got to us, it wasn't an E3 anymore. Most of the damage of the E3 was a little closer to Boscobel, but anyway, I'm gonna call this the video, and we'll probably see you again when we start cutting third crop. I'm guessing we'll probably do that Labor Day weekend. Is a couple more weekends away. So anyway, we'll talk at you later.